Yo, what's up everyone? Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about a unique height play I saw this season, specifically from Curve and Veno on NA Central. But first we have to talk about what most height plays look like. Now this is a clip from the most recent FNCS Grand Finals, and in pro lobbies most height takes this season look exactly like what you're about to see. Tanking zone with whites late in the game, somewhere around 10th zone, throwing down a fizz bomb, and essentially landing on height with the goal of trying to be unnoticed by them when you do it. And as you can see here, Peterbot and Pollo tried this, but unfortunately for them, Veno and Curve capitalize on their loot as well just a little bit later and do the same thing.
Look at this. As I'm about to celebrate their key positioning, they get rolled up on from behind. Meanwhile, Curve, Veno doing the same thing they did before, play deep side of Storm, come bouncing way on in with the Flowberry Mist of just support them here for the high ground take.
Now, that's what a lot of pros are doing this season and what most people would think of if I asked them about height takes. But what I actually want to look at today comes from an eval finals game on NA Central, and it's a little bit different than that. Okay, so let's first watch this back from Curve and Veno's POV, and then we'll switch to Aviv and Kingling's after this. Now, what I want you to notice first is their loot, right? They just got a refresh. Obviously, I didn't show that in the replay because it was just a basic kill. But this is getting pretty late in the game. This is 9th zone. So their loot, they have 3 splashes. He's about to use some. 3 pizzas. 5 splashes. And 2 fizz bombs, right? With, on nearly cap shocks. So they could easily have gone up for height here, the normal way, quote. The way that most people would think. But instead, they chop height, just as you just saw, and they go front instantly. Now, I thought this was really interesting when I watched this back in the replays. I wanted to see what happened next. So they're kind of, you can't see this in the replays, but they're currently waiting on zone. There's about 4 to 5 seconds left until zone finishes up. So now they're chopping them again. And you'll see Veno take a look up in a second. So see, right here, Veno is looking up. He's seeing how good their mats are. He's seeing, are they getting creeped by another team? This is really good from Veno. He sees that they kind of hold it. They connect again, and it seems like they have good mats, so he doesn't go for it, which I thought was, smart. Obviously, that was not a smart play by Veno, trying to kind of an awkward little fight there. But what I really want to show you is Aviv and Kingling's POV. Now, before we get into this, it's important to note that their drop for this eval finals was Sus Studios, so they pulled a lot of zones this game, so they have pretty good loot to go for height. As you can see here, they don't have any fizz bombs, but they make a play for it here in a second. This is going into 9th zone, so it's a little early, but their loot's good. Their mats are really good. 128 builds for Aviv and 81 builds for Kingling. So we'll watch them go for height here in a second, and then I'll add a little bit more commentary. I think what's really important is what you're about to see whenever Veno goes up. This is kind of what is just interesting to me, is what height saw. Essentially, what has happened is people on height have gotten so used to people coming in on backside that Aviv literally has no clue where Veno is. I think it's really interesting that this could be, pretty useful, honestly, in some scenarios where you don't feel comfortable going up with height from backside, or if you have storm sickness. You don't want to take too many more ticks, or you can't take too many more ticks. So Aviv is just tarping out here in metal and brick, his hard mats, and we'll see here in a second the play from Veno and Curve. So he sees Curve and Veno, right? He sees Curve and Veno chopping him. Shockwave's up, which is smart, so he can build up again. Did you guys see that? He still thinks they're there. Like, he literally has no clue where they went because of how quickly they went frontside. I want you to watch that again. See, right here, Aviv literally goes back all the way in Storm because he thinks Curve and Veno were still here. So, clearly, height is confused as to where they are. And these guys had, eyes on the lobby. Kingling's looking back. So, clearly, these guys had a lot of eyes on where they were. And, obviously, they're about to get chopped again. And we'll finish out the game here. We'll watch Aviv and Kingling. I'm pretty sure they win this game. This is the eval that they won 2 eval finals games in, so they were looking pretty good. I'm honestly surprised that these guys did not qual to the Summit LAN in Germany through Grands. Nazi goes up, kind of get beamed, so they have to heal a little bit. Speak up just a little bit. So now they know they need to refresh, so they're just trying to get in. They luckily get one. They know that there's no height, so they kind of control this layer as well. At this point, they're just trying to frag out because they, need Mats. He literally has 5 builds. Luckily for them, they did get a little bit fortunate this game that a lot of teams are getting griefed here. See that they're their only duo, so they did get a little fortunate, but they did frag out. So I mean, they obviously clearly deserve this win. So Aviv and Kingling go on to win the game. So unfortunately, Curve and Veno's high play didn't necessarily work, but I do believe that whenever we were watching earlier, and Curve and Veno were looking up at it, if Veno didn't make that mistake and overextend onto braids, I believe, I really do think that they would have gone out for height and probably won this game. Now, of course, they did win the game, but I do think Veno's ability to adapt is a part of what makes him so good. And I think this is a perfect example. And genuinely, if Veno had not gotten beamed there by braids, or if he didn't overextend, I truly think that they would have looked up a height and probably won this game. But of course, all credits to Aviv and Kingling, and they had a good win. But hopefully you guys thought this was interesting. Hopefully you guys can maybe use this in some of your games where you've had to tank a lot of zone, so the height play is not really possible from that angle. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and appreciate you guys. Peace out.